there's so many different ways you can go with talking about wild card players. And I think the first one I want to go is the direction of, is this player going to be the guy we believe he can be and the guy that we're expecting him to be, or is he not? And the first guy I'm going to bring up is Ji'Ayir Brown. And Ji'Ayir Brown, I think a lot of people have a positive thought process on. We saw some things last year from Ji'Ayir Brown that make you think, wow, he's going to be a great San Francisco 49er. But there's still a lot of unknowns. Ji'Ayir Brown didn't play in a lot of football games last year. He didn't start a lot of games. And when he came back from his injury, the 49ers didn't insert him back to the starting lineup right away. He had to keep trying to earn it. And you could tell there was a little bit of displeasure when he wasn't chosen to play that role. They went with a different guy in Logan Ryan, a veteran who they felt understood more about the game, understood concepts, and could be in the right places at the right time. They placed him with Deshaun Gibson. Well, Ji'Ayir Brown got thrust out there a little bit early. So it leaves the question, who is Ji'Ayir Brown going to be in 2024? I think when you look at what he did in the playoffs and you look at what he did in the Super Bowl as far as causing turnovers, you got to like what you see from Ji'Ayir. But when you have a 10% missed tackle rate and you have some missed tackles in the run game, not filling that alley like you really want, or getting confused when it comes to some route concepts, you have to at least leave the door open that he's a little bit more of a wild card than a sure bet. And I think we felt the same way about Hufanga when he was coming into his second year. It was like we saw some really positive things for him as a rookie, but we were very curious how he was going to handle coverage. Was he going to be more than just a box safety that could make plays inside the box, help in run fits, cover running backs and tight ends out of the flat? What exactly what you're going to get? And I think we're at that impasse right here with Ji'Ayir Brown as well. I think we're all optimistic. You see the athletic ability, you see the size, the speed, the ability to cover in space. He's a guy that can cover the deep third and can come in the box. So versatility. But the 49ers need this wild card to hit. If Ji'Ayir Brown doesn't hit for the 49ers, they are in trouble. There is no safety net for the San Francisco 49ers at safety position. Talanoa Hufanga is coming off an injury. Now, the expectation is, and he's hoping his goal is to be ready week 1. Doesn't leave a lot of room for somebody to struggle at the other safety position. You got a young player, Malik Mustafa. You can be excited about what he could be in the future. But what do you got besides that? George Odom? George Odom has been a career special teams guy, and they're talking him up, which I love. I hope he can make an impact on this team if he's asked to play defense, but you can't count on that. Taylor Hawkins, you know, if you've been on the channel for a while, he's one of my favorite guys since he came as an undrafted free agent out of San Diego State. But Taylor Hawkins is not a starting caliber safety in the NFL. You're hoping Ji'Ayir Brown's going to be. So Ji'Ayir Brown has to open the door and make this happen. He has to become the player that everyone expects him to be. The 49ers need him to be on the right track. But he's a wild card because you just don't know for sure what you're going to get from Ji'Ayir Brown. I hear it from different fans all the time. There are some that think Ji'Ayir Brown's going to be the next big star in the NFL, and there's others that think he's going to struggle compared to what he did last year. Whenever that happens, you know it's a wild card player, and I think Ji'Ayir is. Now, I think we can all be optimistic from what we saw his transition and how he learned last year that he can be a good player in this league. And I think the fact that it looked like he figured out the speed of the game is going to be very important. And now it'll be a second year in the system, but he's going to have to adjust to playing with Hufanga when Hufanga gets back. But Ji'Ayir Brown is a wild card for the 49ers, and this is a starter that's a wild card for this team. If he hits, the 49ers back end is shored up. If he doesn't, the 49ers have tremendous question marks, and they might have to go out and make another move. They're going to know in training camp, but I think Ji'Ayir Brown is going to have to prove that he can be the right side of this and not the wrong side of it.